The history of the Apple iPhone started in 2007 when Steve Jobs took the world by surprise with the announcement of a mysterious 3-in-1 device that for the first time combined an iPod music player, an internet communication device and a traditional phone, the original Apple iPhone. The first iPhone. After months of rumors and speculation, Apple CEO Steve Jobs unveiled the first iPhone on January 9, 2007. The device, which didn't actually go on sale until June, started at $499 for a 4GB model, $599 for the 8GB version, with a 2-year contract. It offered a 3.5-inch screen, a 2-megapixel camera and 1 plaudits for the then-new multi-touch features. Critics, however, said the phone was too expensive to do well in the market. iPhone 3G. As far as internal specs go, the iPhone 3G wasn't much different than the original iPhone. But now there was an App Store. This iPhone got its moniker for its 3G connectivity, which meant access to internet you could actually use without wanting to throw the iPhone across the room. iPhone 3GS, Apple introduced a 32GB storage option with the iPhone 3GS, doubling it from the first iPhone. Clearly, introducing the App Store changed things quickly. Between photos, music, and apps, 16GB just wasn't going to cut it. The camera got an upgrade to 3MP and added video recording. Apple also added voice control, although we'd have to wait a couple more years before the introduction of Siri. iPhone 4S. In a change of pace, Apple unveiled the iPhone 4 on October 4, 2011, a few weeks after Steve Jobs stepped down because of health issues. New CEO Tim Cook talked up the new phone's dual-core processor, and said the 4 would go on sale October 14. Apple also unveiled a 64GB version that sold for $399. iPhone 5. The iPhone 5, the first version to have a 4-inch screen, arrived on September 12, 2012, as CEO Tim Cook touted the faster, slimmer upgrade to the iPhone 4S during a 90-minute presentation in San Francisco. "This is the biggest thing to happen to the iPhone since the original iPhone," he said. The iPhone 5 hit the streets on September 21st. iPhone 5S and 5C. Between the iPhone 5S and the iPhone 5C, Apple sold 9 million units in the first week of sales. The iPhone 5C was meant to be slightly more affordable and had a plastic shell. It was available in 4 different colors. The iPhone 5S, on the other hand, introduced Touch ID, dual flash, and slow-motion video. Plus, it included the M7 Motion coprocessor, which opened a new realm of possibilities and also helped save battery life. iPhone 6 and 6 Plus. For the second year in a row, Apple unveiled 2 iPhones, the iPhone 6, which has a 4.7 inches screen, and the iPhone 6 Plus, with a 5.5 inches screen. Both iPhones sport new A8 processors that are faster and more efficient than last year's models. Both also have upgraded cameras and are NFC ready for access to the new Apple Pay network that rolls out in October. Although the iPhone 6 is priced the same as 2013's iPhone 5S, the Plus model is $100 more. iPhone 6s and 6s Plus. Apple's iPhone 6s and 6s Plus represent meaty upgrades to the 2014 models on which they are based. The 6s and 6s Plus get new Force Touch technology called 3D Touch, as well as a beefed-up 12-megapixel iSight camera that can shoot 4K video. Both phones run on a faster A9 chip, and come in a new color for 2015, rose gold. iPhone 7 and 7 Plus. Apple finally dropped the 16GB base model option, with iPhone 7 and iPhone 7 Plus base models starting at 32GB of storage and going up to 256GB. Apple also introduced a new shiny jet black color. Perhaps the most controversial feature of the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus was the one Apple removed, the headphone jack. The new iPhone shipped with earpods that plugged into the Lightning port and an adapter for traditional headphones. iPhone 8s Plus, September 22, 2017. The iPhone 8 and 8 Plus introduced us to wireless charging with the glass cover on the back on the iPhone. The camera was awesome, with upgraded tools for editing and filtering our images. The True Tone display improved the viewing experience by automatically reducing blue light exposure. Users eventually, mostly, got used to not having a headphone jack and began adapting to the wireless lifestyle. iPhone 10. Skipping right over the iPhone 9, the iPhone 10 was released 10 years after the original iPhone. The iPhone 10 included an extra front-facing camera that let us take amazing selfies in portrait mode. iPhone XS and XS Max, September 21, 2018. Apple announced the XS and XS Max at its September 2018 event in the Steve Jobs Theater. These models were well named, as they were definite upgrades along the lines of the iPhone 10. Both models had the front-facing camera for portrait mode selfies. The displays were edge-to-edge, and it all looked great with the Super Retina HD display. The biggest upgrade might be the smallest. The A12 Bionic chip increased the processing power while decreasing battery drain. iPhone XR, October 26, 2018. The iPhone XR was also announced at the September 2018 event, but wasn't available right away. Because it was the cheaper of the new models, quite a few people decided to wait for the XR to be available. These iPhones were smaller than the XS and XS Max, but still bigger than the 7 and 8 Plus. The display was not as crisp as the XS and XS Max, but with the Liquid Retina HD display, the difference wasn't too noticeable. This model also had a front-facing camera and came in way more colors than the XS or XS Max. iPhone 11, September 20, 2019. The iPhone 11 was the least expensive of Apple's annual line at the time, but still had enough new features to be in the running for 2019's most popular iPhone. The device features a 6.1-inch Liquid Retina display, and comes in 6 crisp colors. The most exciting addition may have been the second camera on the back of the 11, both 12MP, and offering wide and ultra-wide lenses. iPhone 11 Pro and 11 Pro Max, September 20, 2019. For Apple customers looking for a smaller phone with a top-of-the-line display, the iPhone 11 Pro was perfect. The 5.8-inch Super Retina XDR display was Apple's most crisp and clear to date. Apple's largest and most expensive phone of 2019 was the iPhone 11 Pro Maximum. The display was Apple's Super Retina XDR, as with the 11 Pro, but sized at 6.5 inches. The Pro Max featured the same 3-lens camera setup as the 11 Pro, as well as the same color choices, making size nearly the only difference between the devices. iPhone 12 and 12 mini, November 13, 2020. The iPhone 12 mini was a surprisingly small but still very powerful addition to the iPhone family. This thin and incredibly light smartphone measured just 5.4 inches and included the new, powerful A14 Bionic chip for a considerable boost in performance over previous models. The only notable differences between the iPhone 12 mini and the iPhone 12 were that the mini was smaller and had an estimated battery life that's 2 hours shorter than that of the larger iPhone 12. The 6.1-inch iPhone 12 had exactly the same features, camera specs, and processing capabilities as the 12 mini, except that it was estimated to have a 17-hour video playback compared to the iPhone 12 mini's 15 hours. iPhone 12 Pro and 12 Pro Max. The iPhone 12 Pro boasted some very fancy camera and color upgrades as compared to the 12 and the 12 mini, but came in the same 6.1-inch screen size as the iPhone 12 and included all of the baseline features present in the budget models. The iPhone 12 Pro Max featured all of the benefits of the 12 Pro, but with some upgrades and a considerable size difference. The 6.7-inch Pro Max claimed an 87% improvement on the way it functions in low light over the iPhone 11 models and features 5x zoom, which was a big deal for those who use their iPhones for professional or near-professional photography projects. The most distinguishing characteristic of this iPhone was its screen size. iPhone 13 and 13 mini. The iPhone 13 line's base model maintains many of the design features introduced in the iPhone 12 series, but it also comes with a 20% smaller notch, accommodated by a new camera layout. It runs on the A15 chip, which is an upgrade over the previous generation of iPhones, and the camera features some significant improvements, including cinematic mode and photographic styles. Battery life is also improved for this model, and it comes in the following colors: pink, blue, midnight, starlight, red. Like its bigger siblings, the iPhone 13 mini runs on Apple's A15 Bionic chip, making it a powerhouse in a small package. iPhone 13 Pro and Pro Max. The iPhone 13 Pro features a 6.1-inch Super Retina XDR display with promotion, but its big draw is the inclusion of a telephoto camera, in addition to the wide and ultra-wide cameras that come with the iPhone 13 and iPhone 13 mini. The iPhone 13 Pro Max offers everything the Pro does, but bigger. Its screen is the same size as the iPhone 12 Pro Max, 6.7 inches diagonally. It, like the rest of the iPhone 13 line, is a bit heavier and thicker than its predecessor, despite sharing the same dimensions otherwise. Above are all the phones of the Apple family. There are phones that are no longer sold, but have it still left an unforgettable impression on users. Perhaps there is no need to discuss the quality and modern features that the iPhone brings, right? iPhone from Apple is currently leading the list of the best phones in the world, and is also used by many people today. What do you think about Apple iPhones? Are you using Apple iPhone? Leave a comment to let me know. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to support us. Thanks for watching this video.